Okay, so was it yesterday? Wait, what is today? Fuck. Like 4 days ago already. God damn. Almost 4 days ago. Like 3, 4 days ago. I'm not sure, but god damn. The Splatoon 3 Direct came out, and I watched it. I mean, not when I was alive, but a few hours afterwards, I watched it. It was really fucking good. I was really surprised to see a bunch of shit. And while, yes, I did say, just to say I watched the Direct, but I'm gonna watch it again because I'm pretty sure it's still gonna fucking surprise me. And for good reason, because I'm excited. I'm really excited to play it. Well, the open beta when that's available on the 27th. It'll be my first time playing a Splatoon game ever, and I've been wanting to play a Splatoon game since the first one came out on the Wii U in 2015. I've been wanting to play a Splatoon game ever since, and this is my first chance to finally play one. So I'm really fucking excited for that. If I like it, which I'm pretty fucking sure I will, I might want it in the future. Oh man, I can't wait for Splatfest on the 27th, and we'll get to that when we get to that part. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so here we are in the reaction part of the video, and to control this video without, having to, touch the screen to, pause it, play, and stuff like that whenever I want to talk about something, I connected my PS4 controller via Bluetooth. By pressing X and then triangle, I could pause the video and play it whenever need to. And as you can see, kind of different scenery because I'm in a different room in the house because I didn't want any background noise from my room. Well, coming from my brother's room in my room, so I decided to change scenery. And it's really cold in here, so that's why I got this blanket covering me up, because it's cold in here. This is the only downside of being in here. It's cold. But yeah, without further ado, let's get it going. I was excited. I'm excited. Oh, what the fuck? Hello? Okay.
This is Splatsville, in the heart of the Splatlands.
Sorry about that.
Despite its old-fashioned appearance, it's seen enormous growth in recent years.
It does look nice.
It's also the hottest new place for Inklings looking for things to do.
Well, when I saw that.
Oh, hello everyone. Hope you're all staying fresh. I almost forgot about introductions. We're the researchers from the Squid Research Lab.
Alright, so I watched the Splatoon 1 Direct all those years ago, back in 2015. That was my first thing. I watched Splatoon 1 Direct back 2015. The 2017, I watched Splatoon 2 Direct as well. Of course, after they were, streamed or whatever, a little while afterwards. And I saw some gameplay of the test fire for the first one, from back when Game Explain actually was, entertaining. Back then, I did watch the test fire for Splatoon 1. from Game Explained. It was fucking hilarious. I still remember it very fondly. I didn't watch any of Testfire Splatoon 2 though, unfortunately, but Splatoon 3, I'm gonna fucking be playing it on the 27th. I'm excited. But anyways, let's continue on.
We're simply fascinated by what these Inklings can do. They can splat ink in kit form and smoothly swim through it in swim form. We've been studying their biology day and night. Today, we'd like to share some new findings on these Inklings while providing summaries throughout. Of course, what goes for the Inklings also applies to the Octolings. We're sure of it. First, Turf War.
That makes sense.
Get styling with some fresh fashion.
It's a little loud here. Let me fix that. Alright, there we go.
And get inking with even fresher weapons. Naturally, in a place called Splatsville, turf war battles are the locals' favorite pastime.
What I don't get is how
Two teams
the
of
like
four
the
will
outer
ink for
railing
15
of
minutes. The team that inks the
that
most in
is
their color,
doesn't
in
get
other words,
covered in
claims
paint.
the most
That's
turf, wins.
what I don't understand. Like it, but
Now, that's not all inking is for.
I can't believe they actually fucking added a bow to this game. Like I saw that, I'm like, dude, I really need a fucking dude. If I get this game, I'm going to be using the bow. It's whenever I play a character in any game that has a bow or get a bow in any game, I almost never miss a shot with it. It's fucking it's insane. You could thank Gears of War for that. Oh man, Gears of War is so fun. But yeah, I'm really excited for the bow. I'm glad they finally added a bow. I didn't expect it actually. Like a bow that shoots ink. That's really cool. I like that.
Walls to swim up. Or get sneaky and hide in ink to
I don't get how swimming up a wall makes sense, but again,
the more ink you spread,
they're
the bigger the advantage
part
you'll have in
human, part squid hybrids, so
if you're out of ink,
shooting ink out of guns and stuff. I don't expect who might judge. And also, for some reason, inking walls doesn't count towards climbing turf. Like, what? Part of the terrain, like, why
while
wouldn't
it's
it?
glowing like this, the move also slightly repels ink from opponents.
You get invincibility frames
We've
too.
discovered where these turf war battles will take place.
Like, that's really
Stages
fucking
confirmed
good.
for the Splatlands include
Of course, it could also
Gorge,
backfire against you, like
Heel
everything
Tail
else.
Alley,
But yeah, it's a
Smeet
neat
Metalworks,
little thing.
and Undertow Spillway. There seem to be other stages as well.
Why does Undertow Spillway look like a
Hagglefish
fucking
Market, a pier filled to
desert
the brim
wasteland
with street vendors.
full of
The stuff here looks fishy, though.
empty, abandoned buildings?
Several stages from Crater Inkopolis also return. Museum Delfonsino. Battles here take place in the central
That
courtyard
looks
of this
fucking
modern
beautiful.
museum.
That looks like a beautiful stage.
Take special
I
note
would
of the
play on
rotating
that a
wall.
lot. If we got to choose the
Hammerhead
stages,
Bridge.
I will play on it
This
a lot.
bridge connects Greater Inkopolis to the Splatlands. After lots of construction work, it's finally open. Thanks to the bridge,
That looks neat,
transit
too.
to and from Greater
That looks
Inkopolis
fucking neat.
is much easier. Mahi Mahi Resort. A luxury resort in Greater Inkopolis. Pay close attention to
Now, that stage looks interesting. I'm not exactly sure how it will work, but I guess we'll find out here in the next month. in the future. It'll be interesting, I'm sure.
Platforms that sink as the battle goes on. There will be more areas to ink afterward, so don't forget to splat them.
And the fact that the platforms kind of sink down, that makes it even more interesting.
More
Makes it a
stages will be
unique
added
stage.
in free post-launch updates. Now, let's get into the inky essence of battles. Weapons.
Okay, when I first saw this direct, I thought there's no way that there's gonna be a fucking bow in here. There's no way there's gonna be a bow. That's gotta be used as a tease. There's no fuck, and should not be, used in the real game. Of course, which is a lot of thing, which is something a lot of these developers and companies tend to do. They like to tease something just never implemented in the game, which kind of sucks, but as I've mentioned already, they did add a fucking bow to the game. So, yeah.
First, it
Really
appears
interesting.
that all the basic weapons from previous games will be available.
Yeah, it makes sense.
On top of that, Splatland-specific weapon types, such as the bow-like
I'm excited for
stringers,
that.
will make their destructive debut.
And you can fucking charge it up. That is batshit nuts. It reminds me of Byleth's neutral B when you fully charge it up in Smash Ultimate, where it shoots a fucking light arrow or whatever. That's what it reminds me of.
We've also verified a new weapon type called Splatanas.
Yes, to appeal to the weebs, they added a katana that shoots ink. I'm sure the weebs went batshit nuts over that. Nothing against them, but a katana, like, why? Why are you so happy about a katana? I mean, a bow, it's fucking awesome. Bows are cool. As someone who actually has used a bow in the past, there's no other ranged weapon like it. Like, you got guns, sure, but bows are kind of like the prototype gun. Aging back thousands of years or however long they've been around. But a katana, like, why? Especially when it shoots ink. Like, why? I don't understand, but Nintendo's a Japanese company, so can't really say anything about that.
This is the
I will say it
Splatana
is really
Wiper.
fucking unique, though.
Send blades of ink flying with the centrifugal force generated by swinging.
Now that I think about it, in Xenoverse 2, Janemba has a move called Rakashaka's Claw, or however that's pronounced, and it looks, and the attack animation and everything that happens in that attack, that's what this basically reminded me of. Like, I saw that, I'm like, something just clicked in me. It's like, holy fuck, it reminds me of one of Janemba's moves, and it looks fucking like it.
Swing after charging up a bit, and it'll transform into a charged slash.
Except that's unique. That's different. It's cool though.
Charged slash at close range.
Like, I would probably use this.
Let's dive.
Now, if I'm gonna be honest, I kind of, whenever I would talk about wanting to play Splatoon, my buddies were like, who played were like, you'd probably be like a splatter shot or a roller kind of person. Me personally, I told them I would personally be a brush player, but now that the stringer is in the game, I think I might use that. I think that fucking bow is cool.
Into the weapons that can help you claim even more turf. Special weapons.
That motherfucker looks awesome.
As the name implies, these are special kinds of weapons that can be unleashed after filling up the gauge from inking turf.
Do they still have the splatter bomb or whatever that was called? I know it's a splatter bomb in Smash Ultimate, but I'm not sure if that's what it's called in
You'll find in-game beverages stored inside. These have a variety of effects, like momentarily increasing speed.
Increasing speed, that could be really useful.
So take one and share the rest with your teammates. This is the Wave Breaker. When activated, it'll unleash waves around the area. It'll also mark an opponent's location and cause damage.
That's really fucking cool. It's basically like an AC-130 in a Call of Duty game, except good and not bullshit.
Build up power, then charge into opponents who need a good splat.
That looks sick, dude.
It'll explode.
Just
surrounding area. Familiar
just charge forward, then BAM! That's cool.
Special weapons like the Tenta missiles, Inkjet, Ink Storm, Ultra Stand.
Like, that looked like the fucking golden hammer, or I should say the hammer from the original arcade Donkey Kongs. You know, the ones in Smash Bros? They originated in the original arcade Donkey Kong in 81. That's what that reminds me of. So whenever I saw that the first time, I was hearing like the little music when you grab the hammer in those games.
And Booyah Bomb will also make their grand return.
Was it the Booyah Bomb or Splatter Bomb? I haven't played any of the Splatoon games. So, yeah.
Shop here to get your
Let me know in the comments.
Some fresh weapons. This is Ammo Knights, owned by the chatty horseshoe crab, Sheldon.
Whenever I see this guy, I think of Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory. Not just because of the name, but because he knows, like, his stuff, like, weapons and everything. Like, Sheldon actually kind of fucking knew a lot of shit about weapons, too. Their history, how they're made, all that kind of stuff, which, yeah. That's why, whenever I see Sheldon, I kind of just think Sheldon Cooper. Good show. Really good show.
Sophisticated selection. Instead of using in-game currency for purchases, you'll need these Sheldon licenses. Obtain them by leveling up through battles. And
so it's basically what they're basically doing is like something like Call of Duty-ish, where you have to get like level up to unlock like new weapons, stuff like that. I'm not sure. Again, I haven't played any other two Splatoon games, so I'm not sure. But in Call of Duty, I don't play Call of Duty either, but well, much. I'll play it like on occasion, but not very often. Unless it's Black Ops 2. I will play the shit of Black Ops 2 any day. But yeah, in Call of Duty you had to like level up, achieve like certain ranks to unlock like new weapons and stuff like that. Which, as well as like additional like add-on attachments to it, perks and everything, which makes sense because that just shows that it's symbol of achievement. That, yeah, but honestly, I would probably prefer to having to use in-game currency for it, for the weapons. But I also think that, but at the same time, I think that the weapon licenses are, you know, a unique feature as well.
Consistently using the same weapons. One Sheldon license can be exchanged for one weapon that corresponds to your level. Oh, and just between us, if you exchange more Sheldon licenses than normal, it appears he'll give you a weapon you like sooner than expected as a special reward.
And see, that's something Call of Duty doesn't fucking do. Which I think is something they really fucking should. But it's like, hey, you got achieved. Hey, you paid a lot of licenses. Here's a free weapon you did buy that came before it, or something like that. Like, that's really fucking neat. That's really neat. I gotta go blow my nose real quick. It's running. Alright. God damn it.
By the
Oh my
way,
god.
the Inklings and Octolings walking around town are pretty savvy about their fashion.
Okay, so what you just saw, that's kind of some foreshadowing. Because, again, we'll get to that here later on, but yeah, that's from foreshadowing. Let's get going.
Things like headgear, clothing, and shoes are just as important as
This
weapons
fucking
to staying
nerd.
fresh in Splatsville.
No, I'm kidding. But yeah, that is kind of a
Gear can be
nerdy
obtained in
look,
the shops around here.
honestly.
Each one is managed by an interesting shopkeeper. So let's drop in. This is not couture, a headgear shop. You'll find an array of hats,
I thought it
masks,
said
and
snot.
glasses. You can get ahead of the game.
What's so cold in here?
The laid-back Nautilus, Gnarly Eddie, and the energetic Nails, the snail sitting here, run the shop.
So small.
This
Couldn't
is
even
the
fucking
clothes
see him.
boutique, Mana Wardrobe. It specializes in tops.
Why
like
does he
t-shirts
look like a
and jackets.
fucking...
The shopkeeper,
Why does he look
Gel
like
LaFleur,
fucking
might be a touch archaic with
Grimace's
words, but this jellyfish has a keen eye
Right,
for
I can't
fashion
make that
sense.
joke. It's fucked
And
up.
finally, the shoe store Crush Station.
Why does he look
Get a
like Larry
variety
the
of cool kicks
Lobster
here, from sneakers to
covered in
sandals,
chocolate?
and even leather footwear. It's owned by Mr. Coco.
Seriously,
Might look
he looks like
intimidating,
Larry the
but deep
Lobster
down,
covered in
he's a nice
shit,
guy.
and he let himself
Probably.
go. Like, well, but kept his
You're more
muscles.
than
Like,
welcome
it's...
to pick out gear based on its appearance. But they do come with abilities that can help you out in battle.
Which is honestly a really neat feature, gotta
Take
say.
run speed up, for example. It can increase your running speed.
Yep.
Or intensify action. This improves the squid roll and squid surge moves. There are even more abilities to discover. Plus, there's a fellow in Splatsville who can swap one ability with another.
Why does he look like a drug dealer?
Talk to Merch here, and you can add an ability of your choosing to your favorite gear.
Oh, they got different slots.
And if you save your favorite gear combinations as
That's
fresh
one
as
thing I
Feds,
didn't pay
you
attention
can
to
change in
when
a
watching this the
flash.
first time. That's interesting.
Flavor up your fashion with whatever outfits you want. Simply splat-tastic.
But yeah, if the stringers weren't added in the game,
Welcome
aren't
to
going to
the
be added in
lobby,
the game,
a
I
gathering
probably
spot
would have
for
used the
those seeking
brush.
fresh
I mean, I
battles.
probably still use a brush.
Turf war battles aren't the only things that happen here.
But-
You can also square off in anarchy battles, where you compete for rankings.
Basically,
Only
the
active
ranked
zones
mode.
in Splat zones.
Alright.
Ride the tower to the goal
I won't
in
use
tower
it.
control.
I won't play it if I do get it, but
Carry the
Hey.
Rainmaker to its destination.
Nice to
in
have, I guess.
Rainmaker. Or collect and throw clams to score in Clam Blitz. Duke it out in these 4 modes, which are on rotation. Want to take on a challenge solo? Select Anarchy Battle Series. But if you want to team up with friends, joining Anarchy Battle Open is the way to go. You can also play private battles online.
why does
Set
that
battle
inkling
modes
look
and
like
other
it's
options to your liking. Why not
going
play
to
with your
beat
favorite
me
battle
with
modes
its rolling
alongside
time
friends?
unconscious? ASMR.
Information about these game modes will be available soon on the game's official website.
I'm not sure if there was a Splatoon 1 or 2 website.
Now, let's talk about the features within the lobby. This is the test range. Try out and get comfy with your weapons here.
Which is really good, especially for someone like me who has never played a Splatoon game before. This would be a nice place to, start. If I want to, try something else.
Online friends will appear as 3D holograms. Drop in on friends in the midst of battle and play alongside them. You can also join up and start a battle on the same team.
Cool.
You'll be able to see what your friends are up to.
Games like Call of Duty, Paladin, stuff like that, you have to manually invite them. You have to manually invite them.
For battles.
Like,
why not see these
I guess for this you
yourself?
don't have to, which is really fucking cool.
This is where you can view battle replays. It appears that it can somewhat recreate recent battles.
Well, yeah, it's a replay that's
Fast forward. Or skip to a certain part. Or even swap to another player's view.
That's actually really fucking neat.
Not only can you watch battles as many times as you'd like, but there's even a share feature. We hope you'll use this handy tool to help.
I wonder how the share feature will work in it. Is it just Facebook and Twitter
we'll
again?
Analyze and discuss this
Is it only the
lobby,
30-second share feature? Like what?
Here, you'll find some fresh lockers. One is yours, and the others belong to players with whom you've recently played. As you can see, you'll be able
That's
to
actually
place
really
any
fucking
acquired
neat.
weapons, gear, and items to your liking.
I like it. I thought
Slap
the
on some
locker
snazzy
feature was going to be neat.
And modify your locker's color.
Because
This is your
it
space
shows
so customize it however
because the
you'd
stuff
like to
you
show off your signature
it shows that
splatting
the stuff
style.
you put in there kind of shows what kind of person you are.
Items can be obtained
I guess
at
it's really
Hotlantis,
fucking
a general
cool.
store on the edge of Splatsville. Apparently, the store manager vanishes quite often, so instead, it's run by an artist named Harmony. She used to be a regular customer
Harmony
here.
looks great, but the issue
It's
is
got an
the eyes
outlandish
kind of freak
assortment
me
of
out.
items. Why not show the store some love by grabbing some goods?
The eyes kind of freak me out for Harmony. Now, what upset me was they didn't show Angie. Because Angie was shown in the direct for 1 and 2, but she wasn't shown in 3. Is Angie not going to be in Splatoon 3? That sucks. I liked Angie. I thought she had a great design, honestly.
There appear to be plenty of other customization features as well. When battles start, these splash tags appear. They can be customized with a banner, badge.
This is something Call of Duty did, too.
Additionally, you can change the emote your character performs when you win a battle.
This is fucking neat.
All of these can be obtained via the in-game catalog, which will be available at Hotlantis. By using characters...
I saw this. I'm like, dude, I can fucking...
battles, you can unlock...
I saw that. I'm like, dude, I can fucking dab in this game as an emote? Dude, that's fucking hilarious. And he said, if I already didn't want the game, this made me want it even more. Unironically. I like the dab, unironically. I saw that. I'm like, yes. I want to play it even more.
Unlock various items, like stuff for splash tags and seasonal gear.
It's fucking
Following
hilarious.
the game's launch, a new
Yeah, just
catalog is
imagine.
planned to be released.
No, just imagine me winning the game and all you see is. It's funny. Savior, get down from there.
Following game's launch. A new catalog is planned to be
Why does
released
these
every
look like
3
Game Boy
months for
Advance
2
S,
years.
like discount
Be
Game
sure
Boy
to
Advance
snatch up
SPs?
everything you see in each catalog.
They look like discount Game Boy Advance SPs.
Phew. There's still a lot of info to share, but I need to take a little breather here.
Only fucking halfway.
In the
Goddamn.
meantime, please turn your attention toward this.
Alright, so this is the part of the director I was like, story mode. What about the story mode? Like, what was on my mind for this first half? Was like, story mode. What about the story mode and all that?
Introducing Table Turf Battle! Lay out your
I
cards
thought this
for
was kind of a
dazzling deck
fucking
duel.
interesting thing.
Ink different shapes with different cards. Charge
I
up
thought it was
power,
really interesting.
then unleash it
Like,
all at once with a special
especially with,
attack.
you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Being
There
heavily,
are cards
extremely
like this,
popular.
and even ones like this, and there are
Even
over
more so now that
150 cards to
Master
collect
Duel's
in-game.
out. I think
So
Nintendo
build your
decided
deck
to
and send your rivals
add this
packing.
mode because of that.
The Splatsville locals eagerly await your challenge. Table
Because
Turf
it's
Battle.
going to be a one-on-one thing, which I
Every
thought,
player will be gifted
think
an
is
in-game
pretty
starter
interesting.
deck.
Like, the starter deck might be an
Excuse
issue,
me,
though.
I lost my clampoosier for a second there. That was Table Turf Battle, a 1v1 competitive card battle spin-off of Turf
The
War.
card art is
It
fucking
appears you
funny.
can
It looks
play
like
this at the
clip
Table
arts.
Turf Battle Dojo in
You use
Splatsville.
like in
Be on the
Microsoft
lookout for
Paint
more
or
details
whatever
about
back in
Table
the
Turf
day.
Battle in the future. And now, this.
I thought this was a story mode watching this. Then I saw the salmon one. Ooh.
Salmon Run is a simple job that requires 4 players to work together to collect power eggs from the
'Cause
salmonids advancing on them.
I saw.
This part-time gig is rumored.
Okay, so I saw one video on Salmon Run, and that was on the Game Grumps channel when Ross. I think it was. I know it was Ross, and I think his wife at the time, as well as a couple others, played Salmon Run on the channel and Grubcade. Back when, you know, Game Grumps was actually entertaining. I saw one video, and that was all I saw in Salmon Run, because it was limited. Like, you could only do it at certain times. Apparently now it's supposed to be unlimited. You could play it whenever you want. From what I was told by my one buddy, who was excited to see that Salmon Run was gonna be added in this. But yeah, I thought when I saw Salmon Run, it looked really fun.
To be a little fishy.
Oh, it's buffering? Come on.
Salmon Run is a simple job that requires 4 players to work together to collect
That
power
shot
eggs
just
from the
looked kind of
salmonids
funny.
advancing.
Why is it buffering? Like, why? Why are you buffering? Gotta wait for this to buffer. I think it works this time.
Work together to collect power eggs from the salmonids advancing on them. This part-time gig is rumored to be a little fishy, but it pays pretty well.
Oh, haha,
Feeding
funny.
particularly ferocious creatures called boss salmonids, you can obtain valuable golden eggs.
Salmonids, kind of like hominids.
You'll need to
That's.
collect and deliver plenty of
I
golden
was
eggs in order to
confused
complete
as to
this
why
job.
you name salmonids.
This time
It
around,
reminds me of
we've
the word
confirmed some
hominid,
new
which-
types of boss salmonids.
yeah.
So let's share our findings. First up, the slammin' lid.
But yeah,
It's barriers
Salmon Run
that
kind of
protect salmonids on the
it
ground.
reminds me of like rank
Get too
like
close to it, and it'll attempt to
raid
crush you. So approach
bosses
with
and
caution.
stuff like that. Or like raid modes where you do something for a certain amount of time and then a big
The big
motherfucker
shot.
appears. That's what it
Fires
reminds
heavy
me of.
projectiles from a distance. prepared for powerful shockwaves when they
Like
land.
Xenoverse has that, except it's basically just
New
one
boss
big
salmon is
motherfucker.
confirmed.
What
Make
kind of
sure
big?
you're ready for an even more
It's
dangerous
one motherfucker
salmon
that's hard
run.
to take out.
Oh, okay, I see. Sorry.
Huh?
I walked in because I was gonna check on Libby fucked with anything.
No.
Because I knew Libby was in here earlier. Is this charging?
You okay? Also, Fat Boy says
Making sure
hi.
my controllers were charged for later.
Fat Boy says hi.
Hi, bud. I gotta make sure the bed is that fan never goes on.
That emergency alarm fucking. Ooh. And this is what a big motherfucker look
One of
comes
the
up.
new king salmon. It's
It looks like
unbelievable.
one of the
looks like
bosses
they'll
in Destroy All
occasionally
Humans
appear
too. And
just
don't worry,
before
I
you
will get to
complete the
that
job.
boss here eventually. Not right now, but because
The
I'm
tank on your
obviously
back is a
watching this,
specially
but
provided
I will get
edge
to that
cannon,
boss eventually.
and it appears that you can fire golden
Not for a
eggs to
little
deal
while.
massive damage. However, these battles are under a time limit, so rack up as much damage as possible to drive them back.
Giant ass motherfucker. This mode looks fun. I would definitely
And
try out
this
Salmon Run.
is the still being researched Big Run. We believe this is when salmonids invade the city in which Icklings and Octolings live. It appears that this event happens once every few months, so brace yourselves!
That sounds like Kira Buckland. Now that I think about it. Because I hear a little Rulu in that. Okay. Especially the way she said it. Reminds me of Kira Buckland's Rulu.
Big Run is coming!
This, I was excited to see
Observe
Story
this
finally
manhole in Splatsville
be
Square.
somewhat mentioned. Is Captain
This is actually
Cuttlefish.
the entrance to the home of the
Old
Octarians,
motherfucker.
the Inklings' longtime enemies. As Agent 3, the newest recruit of the new Squidbeak Splatoon, you'll do battle with the Octarian army, whose members are covered.
Every time I see Callie like that, every time, even when I know she changed after Splatoon 2, it always throws me off. Because when you think Callie, you think pink. Not whatever kind of green that was. You think pink when you see Callie. That, seeing her that color, not pink anymore, it throws me off. Marie still looks the same, because you can't really change Marie. Her outfit changed, that's about it. But yeah, seeing Callie not be pink anymore, it just threw me off. It throws me off, even though I know she changed.
In hair for some reason. Along with your buddy Small Fry, you'll explore many
Small
stages,
Fry.
each one full of twists and turns. Oh, I almost forgot. Story mode is
That looks
get
like a
familiar with
fucking
inking turf and using weapons. So
mission you
players
had to
might wanna
do
try
on
it
the
out.
Planet in Red, the first Ratchet and Clank, as well as a
We've come this
PS4.
far. What awaits the Inklings and Octolings in the end? We hope you can witness the epic finale of this.
And if I'm gonna be honest with you, the first time when I saw that part with Callie and Mary, I thought it was Callie and like a made-up Inkling. I obviously wasn't paying attention because I was way too excited watching this the first time. So now I'm like noticing like things I hadn't the first time, as well as pointing stuff out that I didn't notice, which is really good. So I'm glad I actually did this.
Splattastic Saga. We're back in Splatsville. From here on out, we'd like to talk about other features that'll help you enjoy your splatting escapades even more in the Splatoon 3 game. You can post illustrations here via this mailbox. They'll
It
be
was
displayed
basically me.
all
It's
across the
basically
city and
Miiverse,
even in
except not
stages.
Miiverse.
So put on your artist cap and post away. Vertical illustrations will also
And don't even get me started about the illustration with Marie and the mentioning of white ink. Don't even get me started on it.
be supported.
I had to mention it. Because it was going to come up
Additionally, you can
in the
grab
comments, I'm
food
sure.
and drinks
So I had to
that'll help you
mention
in
it.
battles at the concession stand. Or use local communication to play with nearby folks in your favorite modes at the shoal. By using photo mode, you can snap selfies,
Your
send
photo
photos
mode's
to a
being
smart
added to a
device,
lot of these games nowadays.
or display them in your locker.
I mean, they're in some games
This
in
is
the
the
past two.
Recon
Like
Guide.
Smash Bros.
Select your favorite stages at
But,
any time
yeah.
and take a stroll
Still.
around them.
A lot of these games
Why not get familiar
are
with
like
each stage
adding
prior to
photo
battles?
modes now.
This is Splatnet 3. You can use this
I
with
wasn't
your
really
smart
too
device.
excited about this because I found it
contains
stupid
features
that
like
you have to
checking the latest
like
battle
download
stats.
the Nintendo Switch app in order
Ordering
to
special
do like
in-game
voice
gear not
chat
sold in
through
shops from the
on the
Splatnet Gear
Switch,
Shop. But that's not all.
which is
Access
stupid.
features like Krusty Sean's Wonder Crust. Support this fellow's journey
Because
using
Nintendo
ink
should
points
really
earned
just,
depending on
you
the
know,
areas you inked during battles.
Nintendo should make it to where it's built into the Switch or in the game. Pokemon Unite does that on the Switch. Nothing else does. So Nintendo is perfectly capable of doing it. They just don't want to. I mean, at least they're slowly catching up with how Sony, Microsoft, and Steam do like friend requests and stuff like that. But still, built-in voice chat should have been on the Switch from the beginning, not through a fucking app. If I wanted to download an app, I could, of course, just use Discord. Why? There's no point to having to use the Switch app to use voice chat. But I will admit, some of these features we're about to watch in this next minute or however long this goes on for is really interesting, though.
Or view history to take a trip down memory lane with your past ranks. You can also snag special wallpapers and more for your smart device. So be sure to grab them. It appears that Splatnet 3 will be available at launch via the Nintendo Switch Online mobile app.
Actually, I guess I talked over it, but what I meant was they're making it to where you could buy like clothing items, weapons, stuff like that through the app using, in-game points you earn from like matches and stuff. That I thought was pretty cool too. But that at least gives you some incentive to use it. But other than that, it's dumb. I mean, the wallpapers are pretty nice too, not gonna lie, but yeah.
Next up, Amiibo figures. Scan Splatoon series Amiibo at this spot in Splatsville, and voila! Saving your favorite gear combinations as fresh as fits will allow you to easily swap outfits. Additionally, it seems you'll be able to get special gear and even snap photos together with Amiibo.
That is actually really fucking cool too.
And Splatoon 3 Amiibo incoming!
I like the
Release
Inkling
is scheduled
Amiibo.
for this holiday.
I really do like that Inkling Amiibo. I would get that one.
Now, let's talk about post-launch updates. As we mentioned a while ago, following the game's launch, a new in-game catalog will be released every 3 months for 2 years.
Every 3 months for 2 years. So it's going to be basically 8 updates, pretty much, excluding patches. So that's kind of but it's better than nothing, I guess.
New weapons will also be added around the same time as each catalog.
Which is good. More variety and everything like that.
In addition, X Battle, available after attaining an extremely high rank in Anarchy Battle, and League Battle, where every 2 hours you can compete in teams based on your Anarchy Battle results, are planned to be added in future updates.
Essentially try-hard modes.
We're planning to add
That's just how they are.
large-scale
That's what
paid
they're
DLC.
called. Try-hard modes, basically.
More details will come at a later time, so please be on the lookout. And now, I'd like to wrap up this research report from the Squid Research Lab. Thank you for watching.
Oh boy. Oh boy. This is going to be interesting. Now I'm here on the normal camera, of course. Still not done with that direct, though, but I just figured this is something I need to point out. Have you ever seen a character so beautiful, so perfect, you kind of just... Well, we're about to see what I mean.
Huh? Who are you
it's
supposed
coming.
to be?
It's fucking coming. I saw this. I'm like, I saw that. I'm like, what the fuck? I saw this for some. Is it happening? I'm like, what the fuck? And then I saw her, and I was like, goddamn, she's so fucking perfect. Oh my god, she is so perfect. And then this motherfucker. This motherfucking big man. That name just got me.
Oh,
Also,
Squid.
Fry kind of reminds me of
completely
MC
forgot to tell
Hammer.
you about
Not
Deep
racist,
Fest.
but
They're an
the
incredibly
pants
popular
kind of
trio who
just
host the
remind me of
Splatoon
MC
news
Hammer.
program, Anarchy Splatcast.
Because, you know, MC Hammer back in the 90s wore, like, those baggy pants. I mean, they were black baggy pants, but they were still baggy pants regardless. Seeing Fry wear those baggy pants just instantly remind me of MC Hammer. As well as, like, the eyes to, like, kind of, they looked like sunglasses, which MC Hammer also wore back in the 90s, so it reminds me, she kind of reminded me of MC Hammer a little bit.
On battle stages, as well as other news bulletins.
Basically, Callie and Marie, like how Callie and Marie were in Splatoon 1,
While
and
we're on the subject,
Pearl Marie in
the
Splatoon 2.
youngsters of Splatsville own sea cucumber phones. They can check the
That
news while doing other
cucumber
activities,
phone,
as shown here.
Okay, well, I think it's interesting because back in Splatoon 1, if I remember correctly, again, I haven't played the game, so bear with me. Back in Splatoon 1, every time you would start up the game and load into it, Callie and Marie would, like, say stuff. In this, I guess they're making it to where it's in the top left of the screen, which is really neat. And, dogs. Hi, Savior.
And
Okay, I saw that the first time, like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? It reminds me of Sombra's dance emote. The one dance emote Sombra has in Overwatch. It reminded me of that. That's what I thought of the first time. Sombra's dance emote. And I know, because I have that emote equipped on Sombra. That's what it reminded me of. So, I was surprised to see that. This song is actually pretty neat, though. Though it does sound It sounds really familiar. It sounded familiar the first time too. I'm not sure what it reminds me of, but it does sound familiar. And also look at her. Fucking blue Chinese inspired. Because in China, what she's wearing is of a form of traditional Chinese garb, especially with the fan. So she kind of reminded me of Chinese, and believe it or not, I'm a big fan of Chinese culture. While it's not my favorite culture is Italian culture, but Chinese culture is up there. Chinese culture is really fucking neat. And the blue and the fact that she's an octoling, I'm not a big fan of the octolings personally, but they just made her pure perfection. They made her pure perfection. I fell in love, as well as many others did, the first time I saw her. Like, it was... fucking big man. He looks like he's goofy looking, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, I like Big Man. He looks like a good character. He's just funny, I guess you could say. And what she was doing is actually part of Chinese tradition too. Like, whenever a female Chinese dancer danced, they would do the... Oh my god. They would do the fan waving or moving or whatever that's called, like that, in their dance. It's really neat. Chinese culture is amazing. I just, again, mentioned MC Hammer, so 1990s America. Female Chinese dancers do that too, which, and I know I've seen Chinese dancers. They are amazing at what they do. They really are amazing. And I saw her the first time, especially with those masks, because that's also that's a big part of Asian culture as a whole, actually. China and Japan especially. So I saw her for the first time, like, Chinese culture. That's what I saw. Got from her the first time. It's still fucking new, obviously. It's amazing. They do that. They bow too. They do bow too, which is nice. Like,
it's been confirmed.
I still don't understand that dance. It reminds me of like some Fortnite dance shit. And then the fucking Macarena, dude. I saw that, I'm like, I'm like, oh, that's how I was. That's what I was like when I saw it. Macarena.
There will be 3 teams to choose from.
I saw 3 teams. I'm like, what? Okay. I'm like, okay. 3 teams, that's interesting. I mean, it is Splatoon 3 after all, so having 3 teams would make sense, I guess.
Splatfests consist of 2 halves. In the first half, teams will compete in 4v4 turf war battles. The second half,
standard turf war battle,
is a tricolor turf war. It's a special mode where, whoa, 3 teams fight at the same time. All players on the team currently in first place will start in the center of the stage. 2 players each from the second and third place teams will attack the first place team from opposite ends of the stage.
That's actually really
Can the leading
fucking
team defend
unique.
themselves?
Like,
Or
I
will
saw
the
that, I'm
other
like,
two
that
teams
looks
exact
awesome.
revenge
That
and
looks
force them
and
out?
sounds awesome. And
Use the
it probably
ultra
will
signal to
be,
control
but
the
it could
battle
also
and entry into the
absolutely probably
Splatfest
be
while
garbage
working
too.
alongside the members of Deep Cut.
And we also get to play as the members of the Deep Cut too, which is really
we're going
fucking
to close
awesome.
out this presentation with an announcement from Deep Cut. Take it away.
I thought it was really fun. I thought this is a lot of unique shit. Like, I'm surprised to see a lot of this. Like, it was awesome. She is so fucking smug too. Like, look how fucking smug she. Look, she is so smug. I love her even more. I really fucking. Because I personally am very fond of, obviously, Chinese culture. I like blue. I love red eyes, obviously. You can tell about my characters in the universe. 2 of them have red eyes, one of which is, my main one I use. And I love smug women. It's a match made in heaven. Like, my buddy Forrest, he knows I could go on. He know about her. He knows, like, he's seen me do it before in the past. He knows I can fucking go on. God damn. I just kind of lose my mind. Ooh. She is so fucking. She's so perfect. Now this I was really fucking excited to see. Because I saw this in the world premiere. It's basically open beta. It's open beta. It's free. I already pre-ordered the free download for the world premiere. I did it yesterday. Because I wanted to fucking play. I wanted to play it. Whoo. Because it's going to be my first time playing a Splatoon game. I've never played one before. Even 7 years later, I'm finally going to be able to play a Splatoon game. I'm excited. And it's unfortunately 15 days away. But you know what? I'm sure it's going to be worth the wait. I'm sure I'm going to have a lot of fun. And what I experience in that open beta will determine if I really, truly do want to get the game or not. And even if I don't enjoy it, I'm pretty sure I will still fucking probably get the game. I probably still will. And I'm excited. But yes, I will be making a video or two, or however many, on that. I will. You can count on that. Look at how she looks at Fry, though. She's like, really, bitch? She's a really bitch. Fucking shiver is so good. Also, obviously, three teams. The fact that it was rock, paper, scissors with 3 teams, I was like, yeah, that's fair. That makes sense. The fact that she said Rock is the solid choice made the fact that it was her made me immediately want to go join Team Rock. I told my buddy I'm going to join Team Rock purely because of her. And because, rocks are cool. You can learn a lot from rocks. You can learn a lot about rocks, even. Rocks are really fucking interesting, even though they're not, like, living life forms like a dog, a cat, a human, a fish, a squid, and an octopus. Rocks are still very, very interesting. Paper, not so much, and scissors. Scissors. They're not really interesting. Rocks, on the other hand, you can learn a lot from and about. So, that gave me... And I'm a fan of science, so Rock, obviously, my go-to choice. Even more so because of her. And she's so fucking smug about it, too. I fucking love her, dude. I love her so much. I really do. She's so smug. those fucking eyes didn't look good. Fry looks a little stoned. And Big Man's just a goofy doofus, which, again, not a bad thing. I guess that's what the appeal they were going for with him. My buddy told me last night, Nintendo knows what they're doing nowadays. They know what they're fucking doing with these characters. They really fucking do. Shiver proves that. It's so smug. Oh. Dude. And that catch you later. I mean, it's... Splatoon 1 had Stay Fresh, which is a classic. Splatoon 2 had Don't Get Cooked, Stay Off the Hook, which is probably the best of the three. Catch you later.
That's all we have to share today. Or not. And now, announcing the Splatoon 3 Enter the Splatland.
Yeah, this is basically the last thing they mentioned in this direct. It's basically just a competition before the game comes out publicly, so it's really nothing too special for me speaking personally. But yeah, that was the Splatoon 3 direct. Watching it my second time, I've noticed things I hadn't noticed watching the first time, which honestly made me glad to actually make this video. But yeah, I know it's something different, but again, doing something different from time to time it's always a good thing. So yeah, honestly, I would gladly do this again in the future. But yeah, anyways, catch you later.